Alright. So let's see. Hungary Explained. In a nutshell, I guess. I don't know.
Hungary, the land of groundbreaking achievements.
Shocking. Hungarian man breaks world record for highest blood alcohol level. Yes, I remember this. This was in the news. Yeah, in October. That was hilarious. Actually.
Innovative inventions. Delicious inventions.
Beer that's not beer, that's wine.
Delicious.
That was wine. Innovative inventions. Yeah, we have a lot of inventions, by the way. So
food. The world's most luxurious mackies.
Actually, that's so true. Hungarian food looks like absolute dump. It looks like shit, but it's amazing. Like my favorite is Restelt my. This is by far my favorite food. And that's like, that looks terrible. It's like it's liver. Hold on. It's like baked liver. I think that's how you can hold on in English. I don't know what its English name is. Yeah, fried liver. Yeah. So it's fried liver, and it looks pretty damn bad, and it's insane. So it's like one of the best foods we have. Is that the guy's liver with the record alcohol content? Yes, exactly. Yeah. If someone achieves this victory of like drinking enough, we sacrifice them and cook them. That's a Hungarian habit. World's fanciest McDonald's. Yes, actually. This is at the...
Delicious food.
This McDonald's is right next to... This is like right next to the railway system, or the railway station, the Western railway station that we have.
Convenient public pools, also known as fish tanks in the local pet shop. One of the most abysmal financial policies in Europe.
Hungarian government officials coincidentally receiving a 33% pay rise after implementing another 300% tax increase on small businesses. That's actually true. Yep. Great. Oh my God, is this very political though? Hungary's PM Viktor Orban, when asked if he's gonna use EU loans to improve in his countries slightly or just build another $12 million stadium for the most terrible amateur local football team. Yeah, so this has been a common theme for a long time. Ever since actually they got elected, that they keep building stadiums. And like they invest a lot into sports instead of like instead of actually providing enough money for healthcare, for education, and so on. So he really loves. Victor is okay, isn't he? I mean, he is okay, I guess. He really loves investing or not putting money into sports, because that way he can possibly, I can't really. This is not proven, right? So I'm just like, this is a theoretical thing that I'm saying. So he can kind of like a certain person can go to certain people. Let's say that. Mildly authoritarian style. Mildly, yes. Isn't there going to be a vote to throw Hungary out of the EU? I remember something about it. No, they're not going to throw us out yet, I guess. But there is a... Recently, there is a new... It's not really a law. I think they want to make it possible that they can vote in a way that ignores our vote. So, like, we cannot block... So, in the EU, how it works that you need, like... you need to... The voting countries should agree. Like, there should be, like, a 100% agreement about something to make it possible. And so Hungary keeps messing with this system, or not Hungary, this jerk keeps messing with the system and basically blocks the European Union's like ability to actually do stuff a lot of times. How easy is it to move to the UK these days after Brexit? Not easy, I think. Saw him on Tucker Carlson interview. Yeah, he was licked where he needed to be licked. I bet Tucker praised the guy. Yeah, Tucker is in love with him.
Europe's lowest IQ public transport ticketing system. Europe's cutest... Europe's
Excuse me? In Budapest, you literally have to stamp in and out on a stub. On a stub like you're in the 1920s. Steelworker. What? What's wrong with that? What do you mean? What's wrong with that? I mean, we have the passes. I have the pass. That's my pass there. We have the tickets. Yeah, sure. But if you're a foreigner, you can buy a daily ticket or a daily pass, where you can just walk around. You don't need to like stop the tickets or anything. We pay with contactless cards or mobile phone in public transport. We can do that too. This is a thing in Hungary too. What are you talking about, dude? Boy, that's old-fashioned. But this is one of the options. We can pay by credit card, by cash, but it's fine. And it's the daily ticket for a foreigner is not even expensive. It's actually really, really cheap. And also, Hungarian public transport in Budapest is like one of the best in the world. Just saying.
IQ public transport ticketing system. Europe's cutest metro line. Suspiciously close ties to China.
What?
Cutest metro line. Suspiciously close ties to China.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. That's a different topic. I was like, what's the relationship between the cutest metro line, which is really true. I love that. I love Metro Line 1. The yellow metro. And in China, I was like, where is the connection? Hungarian political speeches in 30 years.
Hungary is also the land of paprika. They use this spice in literally everything. I wouldn't be surprised if the parliament building's roof was just glued on paprika. Yeah, they really make a big deal about the fucking paprika here. That damn pepper is plastered all over the place. And alongside that, Hungary is
and it's delicious. It's really good. Like, one of the reasons why we have such a good cuisine is paprika as well. I'm going to defend ourselves. I mean, it's hilarious, sure. Paprika is amazing. What do you mean? Get rid of the paper, then 3 huggers will like it. Hold on. Yeah, okay.
Produced many notable celebrities. Houdini, the Ramones, this dude, even Hank. Celebrities. Houdini, the
Houdini?
Ramones, this dude, even Hank. Notable celebrities.
Yeah, this guy is
Houdini,
actually Hungarian.
Ramones, this dude.
I love him so much. I follow him.
Dude, even Hank. I've been to Budapest twice in the last 2 years. I'm saying that like there's anywhere else to go in Hungary. There's absolutely not. Unless, of course, you go where else to go.
I've been to, what did he say? I've been to Hungary like 2 times. Okay, what Hungary is and what tourists think Hungary is.
There's absolutely not.
Yeah, this is Budapest. That's very, very true. And in Budapest, you can literally spend like 2 weeks, and you can always go somewhere and like spend your day there. And you're still in Budapest. And the rest of Hungary, oh my god. This is 90% true. We have beautiful cities still that are worth to mention, and like some forests that are really nice to go to, but like map of Hungary. But this piece of Hungary here, oh god, so here, this section here is the Great Offeld. This is really empty, super empty. And we have Kis Offeld, which is also kind of empty here. This is the area, the book as well as the Mechek. These are the so compared to other mountains, we don't really have mountains anymore, right? So there are a lot of forests here, and I would recommend checking those out if you're in Hungary. Balaton is like whatever. It's not very interesting in my opinion. But if you want to go to nature actually, and like walk in nature and hike in nature, you might want to go here and here as well. Yeah, but like this whole section is just nothing. It's nothing. This is very accurate here. This is basically Hungary there. So it's like great, awful. Yeah, true. I've been to Budapest a couple of times. It's nice to look around. I love the zoo. Yeah, the zoo is amazing. I'm glad you like it.
Unless, of course, you go to Transylvania. I'll explain that later. Anyway, Budapest. Transylvania.
Romania, Transylvania. Yeah, all right.
I'll explain that later. Anyway, Budapest.
I'm gonna let this running because I keep. What the fuck? Because I need to understand what's going on. Attempting to go less than 5 minutes without being approached by a vape seller in Budapest center. Impossible challenge. I mean, I'm sorry, this is England too. I mean, I was in Liverpool, right? And that city is full of like vape shops. Like, what do you mean?
Vape.
And the 10th district as well, where I am, that looks exactly like this, full of blocks of flats from socialism.
Anyway, Budapest is actually historically...
Oh my god, there is so much to explain. You won't understand if I don't stop. Oh god. So, Blaha Lujza Square is like infamous for being terrible. A lot of scary faces. A lot of people like that actually died there. They don't die there every day or whatever, but it's an infamously like extremely dangerous place, full of faces that are like super scary, and also a lot of like beggars and like homeless people there. People also like pee on the street there, like lie on the street. And the underpass is the worst part of that. Like you don't want to spend that much time down there. Like there is always, like it's actually difficult to walk around in the underpass a lot of times. It's just full of scary people. Let's say that. Lie on top of the P? Yes. Movie District 9 is good. Reminded me of that. The wording is wrong. It would make sense if no one tries to sell you vape. Yeah. Sounds like Chicago. I don't know. Hi, Weasel. You died.
Anyway, Budapest is actually historically two cities, Buda and Pest, with Buda having the famous old landmarks, some of which are honestly phenomenal. I mean, just look at that roof, look at that castle, look at that bastion, look at that old town, look at those 4 brain-dead Brits on a lad's holiday getting scammed into paying 50,000 foreign for a picture of him holding an owl. And whilst most of Buda is super...
I used to live here, by the way, in the castle. My previous apartment that I rented was here, up here. And it was extremely cheap because it was an extremely bad apartment. But so I saw these tourists holding the birds, not the owls, but like those like white doves, right? You lived in a castle? Yeah, I lived in. I used to live in this castle actually. That he's showing here. And just holding the bird is not 50,000. Like that was scammy as well. Yeah, I think it's not 50,000, but like 5,000 probably. Just holding the bird. 5,000 forints is like how much is that? Like 20 euros or something? A little bit less than. It's like 15 euros probably. Just holding the bird for like a minute or something for a picture.
Look at that old town. Look at those 4 brain-dead roofs.
Hold on.
Look at that castle. Look at that bastion. Look at that old town.
Yes, exactly. That's where I lived. Oh, so no, so this was the street that I used to walk on, and the apartment was right behind me, right behind if I stand like here on the street, it was right behind me. It's hilarious because the picture is taken from almost where I used to live. You should be allowed to keep that bird for that price, true.
Look at those 4 brain-dead Brits on a lad's holiday getting scammed into paying 50,000 foreign for a picture of him holding an owl. And whilst most of Buda is super hilly and suburban, Pest is way more flat, is where most people live, and has the recognizable, famous, imposing Budapest architecture. Before the 18th century, Pest was just a tiny enclave. Hardly anyone lived there since it didn't benefit from the natural height or river defense that made Buda the geographically perfect city, being inhabited even before 1 AD by the Celts. In the 10th century, a bunch of Siberians show up out of nowhere and mix with the local population till they're white passing. Siberians show up out of nowhere.
In the 10th century, a bunch of Siberians. Okay. As far as I know, at the end of the 9th century, honfoglaló magyarok, that's how we call them, the first Hungarians arrived in Hungary. The Siberians. That's a little bit off. It's just like we are not. I mean, in a way, we are Asians, or we have Asian origins, but not like this. I think not Siberians. That's interesting. I don't know that much about where those people came from.
And mix with the local population till they're white passing, aka Magyars. This ethnic group forms 84% of Hungary's population today. Then over time, due to mass rural Jewish and general migration from the surrounding areas into the city, partly because of Austria-Hungary's initiative to modernize their economy.
Hold on. Austria-Hungary explaining the benefits for farmers to move away from their luscious, clean, picturesque, plentiful, traditional farm and work in carcinogenic steel factory in Pest.
year 1900, Budapest was the 8th largest city in Europe, and the flatlands of Pest provided these newcomers with the perfect location for a bustling, modern, well-organized but grimy city. Then both sides grew until it was pointless to see them as 2 separate cities, and they were officially unified in 1973. Now, from our time in Pest, I've come across some notable things about the place. For example,
stop being racist and accept the truth. Honestly, I'm not racist, but I've never heard us to be called like Siberians. That's new. I've never heard that before.
The scams. The scams are everywhere in Budapest. The ATMs, the 20 euro rostis.
What do you mean the ATMs?
The scams are everywhere in Budapest. The ATMs.
ATMs are scams?
The 20 euro rostis.
20 euro rostis. It can be 20 euro, right? By the way, it's
scams. The scams are everywhere in Budapest. The ATMs, the 20 euro.
This is super delicious, by the way. Really unhealthy. You can, I recommend trying it out. But if you come to Hungary, guys, and you're watching me, just please tell me that you're coming. Okay, I'm gonna make you this one for 1 euro, half euro, because it's so cheap to make. It's really not worth buying anywhere else. And also, you will get way smaller for a lot of money. And so it's really delicious, not very healthy, but it's delicious, yeah. They put card readers on ATMs to seal your data. Okay, I didn't know that actually.
You're a Rosty's, the classic club
That's like fuel pumps in the US. Okay, I don't know what that is.
scam, the public transport ticket scams, the carcinogenic gypsy geek
Oh my god,
scam,
I have to
the
say
public
something about this.
transport
The public transport ticket scam. Whew. So back when I was a student at it wasn't during university. I think I was a high school student. So this was a summer job that I did. I was accompanying these ticket inspectors. And look at that, revenue inspector, lol. So anyways, so ticket inspectors, and my job was basically translating, right? Whenever somebody didn't have like a ticket or something, and they had to pay the fee, I had to translate, and I explained them like what was going on. And this is gonna be pretty bad because I used to get told to translate in a way to make them pay much more, much more likely. So like I felt really bad because and I did it because at that point, I mean, at that time I didn't have like that much, I don't know, I wasn't that I don't know, hard-headed, let's say that. I would have now if I had to do something like this, I would just leave that job at that exact moment that I'm told to. But like they basically told me to make them pay. So yeah, it is a thing. It is indeed a thing. So translate in a way that it convinces them that there is no way out, even though there were a lot of ways out, but I was supposed to translate in a way that they paid.
ticket scams, the carcinogenic gypsy geek bars. I mean, the city taxis in Budapest are literally a fucking mafia that can get away with robbing and beating up naive or drunk tourists due to them having such a monopoly, being so powerful and having so much influence over the government. I mean,
That's very true, actually. The taxi companies have a lot of influence over the Hungarian government. It's always been the thing since the system changed in the 1990s. There was a taxi blockade as well in 1995 probably. So taxi drivers are extremely influential in Budapest.
They literally made the Hungarian government ban Uber to make sure they still had a taxi monopoly. Thankfully, though, there is an option if you want to get around Hungary without being scammed out of all your hard-earned cash. Bolt, it's like a poor man's Uber, and you literally have to use this app if you don't want to be ripped off like a certain Filipino dude might have been.
So I arrive in Budapest, the brokest I've ever been in my life, thinking, oh, I'm in a cheap country now. Cheap cigarettes, cheap beer, things are gonna be looking up. I go to the taxi rink, I go to the first taxi I see, I hop in. I don't know how foreign conversion works, so I just see this meter tick up 1,000 by 1,000 while I'm sitting in the back seat thinking, oh man, I got 20 minutes until I get to my fucking destination, and I don't know how much this money is. I still got it in the back of my mind, oh, it must be cheap. Inshallah, it's cheap.
10,000 forints for the taxi. I mean, that's possible if he traveled across the whole city. I mean that. Sure, thank you, Dust, for the lurk. Yeah, I mean that's understandable.
The best way you can avoid most scams in Budapest is by learning a few Hungarian words. Unfortunately, Hungarian is considered to be the hardest European language to learn and one of the hardest languages to learn in the world. I mean, they literally have a 44-letter long word that roughly translates to "for your continued behavior as if you could not be desecrated." Thankfully, though, I have a hack to help you learn even one of the world's hardest languages, the online language learning platform italki. Italki is an effective online language learning platform. The main problem I had with my French lessons back in school is that we focused on learning grammar as well as increasing your English for each lesson.
Just jumping there.
Useful Hungarian lesson with a letter. We focused on pronouncing with Reddit when you
blah 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 blah
for a 15-minute way. When we were in Hungary, this dude literally paid
10,000 Hungarian forint.
for a 15-minute taxi. And if you're thinking that amount of cash sounds just ridiculous and made up, it's not. It's just that Hungary has Europe's silliest currency. $1 is equivalent to 348 Hungarian forint, which leads me on to one of Hungary's less conventional tourist attractions. If you've got more than $2,872 in your savings account, you can go around telling everyone you're a millionaire. Super underrated reason
Was this whole video made for that ad? Yeah, it feels
to
like.
visit Hungary, in my opinion. But if you want a more conventional reason to visit this country, it's the food. I swear I'm not gonna say it, guys. I swear I'm not gonna.
Where are you from?
Hungary.
Hungary? I'm hungry.
Oh, god damn it. How many times have I heard this? Whenever I mention that I'm from Hungary. Not whenever. A lot of times I get this joke.
I'm telling you though,
Great
Hungarian
joke.
food might not look like much, but goulash, 10 out of 10. Chicken paprikash, 10 out of 10. Langosh, 10 out of 10. Torchni, 10 out of 10. Bro, they even do other people's cuisine well. In Budapest, they possibly have the best fast food establishment I've ever indulged in. Pizza meat. They basically got like 7 different types of thin, crispy New York style
This feels like another ad for a pizza.
pizza.
For
You
pizza
get one
me.
big slice for
I didn't even know that was Hungarian. By the way, these pizza slices are really expensive. By the way, goulash is fantastic. Yeah, definitely. Don't eat this guy. It's like, come on, I'm gonna make you pizza as well if you come here. Guys, come here. I'm gonna cook for you. Okay, it's gonna be really delicious. Believe me. You don't need to buy shit. Just yeah. You don't want to get scammed. 750 forints. How old is this video? 6 days ago. Oh. Alright, okay. Where is this? Because in the local shopping mall where they have where there is a pizza me, it's like it's 900, I think. I think 7 for one slice. Yeah. The pizza tastes good because the extra sweat and hair, I guess, with the way he was tossing it. Yeah, lol. This feels like this whole reaction is an ad from Mara to get people to go to her house. Yeah.
for £2. The process takes like 30 seconds. They're open till fucking 5 a.m. There's always one down the street, and they
What
play
is this?
the
Is this an
hardest
ad?
guy.
I'm gonna jump this.
Hungarian
And Georgians are literally used to the best food God has ever created.
Hungarian food is so fucking good. And this is coming from a Georgian, okay? Bro, I remember one time I ate fish and chips in Malta and then I just gave up on European food. However, here's the thing.
Yes.
Hungarians are not European. Yeah, they're white, but when they migrated from the Urals, they brought some good fucking food with them, right? Yo, the first time I tried goulash, I was hungry too. That's the thing. Like, my body went into shock, bro. I ate all that shit. It is the best food in Europe. I don't want to hear anything about like Greece.
Look at how it looks. It looks like you threw up into that pot. Like that's delicious.
It is the best food in Europe. I
I
don't want
mean,
to hear anything about
I can't argue against this.
like
It is
Greek
really
food.
good.
I don't want to hear anything about Italian food. Hungarian food is where it's at.
You know, yeah, that's so true. Actually, I see it so many times that the people talk about French food, they talk about Italian food, they talk about like I don't know, like Greek cuisine, and it's like, holy fuck! Have you ever tried Hungarian cuisine? We have so much, but the taste is so much more diverse here. We have so many different desserts, main dishes. Like we have so many options, like so many different things that we can cook. Like it's far superior, I think, to many different countries around us. I mean, the amount and the taste as well. Okay, but like I know, like for example, in Czech Republic, the cuisine is amazing too. But like, I don't like hearing that Italian food is the best when Hungarian food is like literally so good.
And so please, somebody open up a Hungarian restaurant in Tbilisi, bro, because I miss it. If you have a Hungarian restaurant in your city, go and eat there or take a baddie to eat with you.
One of those cases, if a lie is repeated long enough, people start to consider it truth. and vice versa if a truth is not said enough. Yeah.
You already know if the Georgian says the food's banging, it's gonna be fucking solid. I mean, look, this Georgian literally ate a $120,000 banana, okay?
Syrian cuisine is the best for me, but I have strong bias. Oh, Syrian. Okay.
They really value their food, I'm telling you. Hungary's also got this drink called unicum. It tastes how it looks, like fucking death. However, I can't lie, this shit is effective.
I have Unicum. Right now, if you want to see it, I can show it on stream as well. It's like a herbal alcoholic shot, basically. And it tastes, I think I don't like it. I genuinely don't like it. But I had a friend coming over like a few weeks ago, and that's when we drank it because she likes it, and that's why I have it. That drink made you giggle. Okay. I like Jägermeister.
Still gotta look out for tourist traps.
Like Jägermeister, yeah, but stronger. I like Jägermeister because it's smooth and it's much more. It's easier to drink. But like Unicum or Unicum as we call it is that's not good.
In the cuisine field.
It's actually it's not unhealthy. That's the thing. To drink it. I mean, drinking too much is always unhealthy. It doesn't matter what kind of drink it is, right? But yeah, I just don't like the taste.
Though, or you might get viciously scammed like a certain Philippine cuisine field, though. Or you might get viciously scammed like a certain Filipino friend of mine might have been.
I go to this Christmas shop where they're selling all these fancy street foods. I'm thinking, yeah, let me try some Hungarian cuisine. I order this fucking potato slop. It was 20 quid. It was 20 quid by the end. Never trust a Hungarian. Never.
Also, you should make sure you don't eat anything dodgy in Hungary.
You can trust me, okay? I'm Hungarian. You can trust me. Just saying.
Want to avoid food poisoning or any other illnesses because the country's hospitals look like this, and the waiting times can literally be a year long. But this is the EU. How could the hospitals be so bad? Especially when the average Hungarian pays such sizable healthcare taxes. Well, mainly because this dude, Mr. Orban, would rather build football stadiums than have a slightly functioning public healthcare system. He has a bit of a problem.
He's right. Okay, he's right. Slightly functioning. Yes, the healthcare system is like getting worse and worse day by day. But it's still not. It's not that terrible. And I'm not like trying to be nice here at all, because it could be so much better. But it's still functioning occasionally. Let's say that. But if the trends continue, then yeah, not that much left. Let's say that until it collapses.
Problem with hyper-focusing on football and Chinese investment, which is kind of creating some tension with the EU, who he owes us just a small bit of money to. But hey, it's so worth it. I mean, just take a look at these state-of-the-art Chinese buses Budapest has been blessed with. They might occasionally erupt into raging balls of hellfire. All part of the old town experience, baby. Hey, who doesn't love a quick marshmallow roasting opportunity halfway up Castle?
I mean, this doesn't happen that often, though. It's okay. But it's fine.
Man, this dude is so in touch with his Asian roots. He's building Europe's first ever Chinese university. Despite Budapest's mayor protesting this by changing the campus's road names to Uyghur Martyrs Road.
I think the university, I think that got delayed, by the way. I'm not sure about it, but I think it's... They haven't started building it yet.
Protesting this by changing the campus's road names to Uyghur Martyrs Road, Free Hong Kong Road, Dalai Lama Road, for example. It's actually opening.
And that was hilarious. I loved it. You know, guys, I told you about the political party that I like in Hungary, the MKKP, the Hungarian Two-Tailed Dog Party, and it was their idea actually to change these, to show how happy we are that the Chinese people not the Chinese people, but like the Chinese government are involved, or is involved. I can't even talk now. Is involved in this.
Martyrs Road, Free Hong Kong
thing.
Road, Dalai Lama Road, for
Yeah,
example. It's actually opening in 2024 because big Xi Jinping probably slid him a couple rare FIFA cards under the table or something.
Yeah. Hungarians in 50 years' time expressing their unhappiness when they officially get annexed, right, as Imperial China's westernmost province. Yes. Yeah. I mean, I can't say anything. This is, yeah, it's true.
Yeah, Hungarian politicians are typically like clinically brain dead, weird, hypocritical old heads. I think this news headline should probably explain all you need to know.
And an anti-gay Hungarian politician has resigned after being caught by the police fleeing a 25-man, through a window. It was hilarious. Not only through a window, but he jumped. No, what was that? What is it called? You know, like, he had a bag. Yeah, he had a bag full of coke as well. Yes. So when you open the window, and like on those like giant buildings, right? Like blocks of flats, when there is like for the rain, there are these like special pipes, you know, that lead the rain down. He was climbing down on one of those pipes actually when he got caught, naked. He was wearing like underwear and nothing else, with a bag of coke, naked. Climbing down from 25 man, probably yeah, like he's an anti-gay Hungarian politician. He was probably in a party where, let's say, men like each other. There's nothing wrong with that, obviously. So that's how hypocritical they are, actually. The louder they are against gays, the more likely to choke on them. Yes. Rain gutter, thank you. This was hilarious.
But how can these obviously crazy dudes stay in power? The old rural population.
And all those Hungarian farmers receiving a personalized hand-signed letter from Orban, they can't tell it was printed and sent to millions. Yeah, actually. The thing is that every single time when there is an election coming, the retired population, the elderly, which is like the main base of they are the ones voting for Fidesz, let's say that, mostly. So they get a lot of like financial support and like different bonuses. So in a way, they are kind of like both, let's say that.
Sorry.
What? Any sane Hungarian's reaction to having to go to northeastern Hungary? Yeah, that's the shittiest part of Hungary, if you go to the northeast. Yes, this is like Chopin, or where Loki lives, right?
This rural population pretty...
So many memes, I'm sorry. Okay, that's true. So, Budapest, that's told you. Peaceful night of sleep in eastern Hungary. More like in Budapest, in certain parts of Budapest. That's kind of true. What is your government's relationship with Russia like? Similar to their relationship with China? Yes. Yes. In my opinion, our government, like, that's the reason why they are eager to block the European Union's Commission. I think that's how it's called. Is to help the Russians. They're like trying to find a balance. Yeah.
This rural population pretty much exists anywhere in Hungary that isn't Budapest.
We don't have vampires. We used to have them. in Transylvania, but not anymore.
That's because it's low-key the only city in Hungary. Budapest has almost 2 million people, and the second biggest city, Debrecen, hardly
Primarily out of fear? No. Viktor Orban's only, so his only purpose or like a goal as a prime minister is to keep the power, is to be in power for as long as he can, and as a populist prime minister, what he wants is like spreading confusion, trying to control the population, not like somewhat similar to what the Russian system is. So like it's kind of natural that you need that you tend to go to those directions where you can find people with similar thinking, right? It's not because of fear, it's because of like, it's like the tactical decisions. He thinks that if the Russians win, that his position will be even like will be strengthened because Putin loves him or likes him on paper at least. So he's not gonna be like, as a subservient country to Russia, he would still be in power. And all he wants is to be in power. Nothing else. There's nothing else important in this country from the current government's perspective. So the only thing that's important is to keep that power. Nothing else. Doesn't Hungary have one of the most powerful passports in the world? I think yeah. I guess. I don't know. I have the passport. It says this passport is valid for all countries in the world. I guess, yes, if that matters. I don't know. Netherlands doesn't have a president. So, he's a miniature dictator. Yes. Miniature but kind of fat dictator, let's say that. Until they get kicked out of the EU. Yes. I love Orban Viktor. He's very popular. Tell me the president of Germany, Austria. You like him because he's popular. Congratulations for having such requirements whenever you judge somebody. if they are a good prime minister or not. I'm sorry. I obviously respect your decision, even if it's a stupid. Respect your opinion, even if it's a stupid opinion or a stupid thing that you base your opinion on. I'm sorry. I love you, Sika. You know that, but it's just it's something that I think it's genuinely stupid what you said.
Even scrapes 200k. This is partly because quite a lot of the ethnically Hungarian regions aren't in Hungary. There are like 3 or 4 million Hungarians that live in the neighboring countries: Romania, Ukraine, Slovakia, Serbia, Croatia, Slovenia, Austria. I mean, Hungary within the Austro-Hungarian Empire was actually big as hell, up there with Poland, Italy, Britain. That was until they lost World War I, along with two.
Just got another view on it. No, yeah. Your view can be wrong. I respect you for your wrong views as well. In my opinion, your view is wrong. That's all what I'm saying. Hungary lost 2/3 of its territory in 1920 Trianon Treaty. Yeah, that was sad. Britain, that was until they lost World War.
2/3 of their territory. Damn, 1918.
I started reading that one as well.
Guys, bro. And I don't really know.
I mean, Trianon was an extremely sad thing, right? But the thing is that so we would have been fine with losing certain territories, and it would have been perfectly logical and understandable to say that, all right, okay, that certain parts of the area that we had can be given away, but a lot of places were cut off that had a lot of Hungarian people living there. So that's it. All right, the last message about Viktor Orban. I'm gonna read it, but then we'll go on. I think it doesn't matter who got the power. They're gonna love him and hate him as long as he doesn't kill people. And like for instance, Kim Jong. Yeah, I think it's more complicated than that. But I respect your decision, as I said. So the problem was that a lot of Hungarian people were cut off. Why? Unnecessarily. It could have been so much better.
Italy, Britain. That was until they lost World War I, along with 2/3 of their territory. Damn, 1918 was a bad year for them guys, bro. And I don't really know too much about what it's like in these areas because I've never been, but I got Living Ironically to explain
Transylvania is so beautiful. I want to go there one day.
it a little further, since he's literally the expert on this subject, being Hungarian Serbian living in Romania.
Trinon's main problem wasn't that 1/3 of the Hungarians suddenly woke up in a completely different country. Hell, it wasn't even that Hungary lost.
And there were stories actually. There were stories that I heard from people, like those ones who were like really, really young, either children or like people wrote these down in like letters. So there were stories where they talked about how they were sitting around the radio listening to the broadcast, that like, and with a map in their hands, with a pen, like literally drawing the line, and in the radio they kept saying the different little villages and like towns, and which country will get them. That's so sad. Just imagine living on the border or like around there and listening to the radio, like drawing the line and hoping that you will end up being in Hungary, if you want to be in Hungary, of course. See you later, Patila. Thanks for being here. So it's really sad, actually.
70% of its territory to other countries that just randomly spawned into existence that day. Its main problem was that now, if you wanted to go from Romania into Hungary, the view suddenly changed from this into this. Shit, I'd be pissed off as well. Even though Hungary got sliced up worse than a birthday cake at a Mexican birthday party, the regions cut from the motherland still kept their Hungarian roots to a degree, despite the communist dictators' best efforts against that. For starters, throughout Transylvania, you can still find so many Hungarian Gothic churches and castles, such as Szent Mihály Templom in Cluj, aka Kolozsvár, and Corvin Castle in Hunadora, aka Vajdahunyad.
So I feel sad for it, of course, right? So don't get me wrong. Like I don't feel that I want to revenge it or anything. Like I want this territory back. No, not at all. I want peace. And since Romania is so now we're talking about like Transylvania. Since Romania is in the European Union, I can just like literally walk there, like travel there if I want to. So it's like it doesn't even matter anymore, right? I can meet Hungarians. So I think that's how, like, that's what a healthy viewpoint is nowadays. And there are so many people here in Hungary that still cannot let this go, which is understandable, but this is not gonna be reversed. Like we should progress, we should talk about the future. We should focus on the future rather than constantly contemplating about the past, right? When I met Romanians, 60% of them gonna flex with Transylvania. Really? I'm not sure if that's really the case all the time.
Throughout the 16th century, the Catholic Church was having an atheistic meltdown, which many historians today call the Reformation. Many Hungarians in particular were quick to adopt these new Christian beliefs, such as the famous teachings of John Calvin, that no matter what you do, God has already decided that you're going to hell. Transylvania in particular became a huge hotspot for the spread of Calvinism/Reformism, as the region came under partial control of the Ottomans, and they simply couldn't be bothered to deal with the issues of the dirty kafir. So as a result, the province became one of the most religiously diverse ones within historical Hungary, with hundreds of Hungarian churches of different denominations springing up throughout Transylvania.
It's such a beautiful place. I wanna go there.
In other parts of the kingdom, such as Vojvodina aka Vajdaság and Krisana aka Körösvidék, Hungarian Art Nouveau was the popular style to build in. Thus, the cities of Subotica aka Sobotka and Oradea aka Nagyvárad have such a distinctive look which makes them look as if they came out of some sort of fairy tale.
See, I don't know that much about these places, sadly.
Many Hungarians across the border accepted their fate and moved on with their lives and became functioning members of the new countries they found themselves in. Hell, they integrated so well, one even shot down an American plane during the Yugoslav wars. However, others such as the Székely, not so much. For those of you that don't know, the Székely are a group of Hungarians that live in the heart of Transylvania in the Carpathians. Their main personality trait is that despite being completely surrounded by Romanians and basically sitting in the center of Romania itself, they would rather be tortured by Vlad the Impaler himself than ever spout a single word of Romanian. They're also famous for always carrying a knife on themselves. People in London think they're hot shit for packing a blade. They've never met a Székely.
I mean, this is true, actually. As far as I know, this is actually right.
Do you want to know what he gave me as a gift? That's right, a $180.
Hold on.
Never met my Székely father-in-law. Do you want to know what he gave me as a gift? That's right.
That picture spread around the internet like a few years ago, I think. Yeah, because it was the 100 year like anniversary of Trianon. Yeah, this is not. I mean, this isn't something negative in the past. What I'm saying is just let it go, please. Just let it go. Don't lose your identity. Yeah, sure, but just like fuck. Please. And still, there are still a lot of people who are like mostly right-wing people who are extremely scary about with their views about Trianon and how they want to reverse it in a way. And it's like it's not a good thing.
$180 pocket knife. It is pretty sweet though. But yeah, Janos signing out.
The only thing I gotta say about Transylvania is they make these crisps. I tried them in a Transylvanian bar in Buda.
It's delicious. I love it. Especially this one. This is super nice.
Pest. And oh my god, they're the best fucking thing ever, dude. I think about them every day. If
yeah,
someone
cheeky
wants to
beer
ship
as well.
me some of these, yo, I would be so gassed. Anyway, in conclusion, Hungary is an interesting place. From what I've heard, you might want to give the top northeast bit a miss. This is really where you want to be. Personally, Budapest is one of my favorite cities ever, and as long as you can wiggle your way out of scams, you'll have a great time. Go around telling people you're a millionaire. Go eat some fucking paprika-based food. Go bonk the metro. Go look up at the roof this city provides. Best roofs in Europe.
He hasn't even mentioned the porn star culture.
Just whatever you do, don't end up getting monetarily pillaged like a certain Filipino.
Fucking disgusting.
Yo guys, so much blood, sweat and tears went into this video, I can't even explain. I went all the way
I can
to
see
Hungary,
so many
then
cuts.
spent like a month editing this shit. My sleep schedule is absolutely obliterated right now. So hey man, I would deeply appreciate a little sub, a little like, a little comment even. More videos soon. Okay, peace.
This was an interesting video, let's say that. But overall, I think he summarized really well, like what you really have to know about Hungary. It's so red. I don't like that it's red.